I was traveling and then I decided not to go back.
Fuck it, let's go. I'm Victor.
I'm Megara.
Where do you come from, you both?
So I'm French.
I'm Scottish, Australian.
Where did you born?
In Scotland.
In Scotland?
Yeah, I just don't have an accent. Yeah, but you're born in
Yeah, I was born in France too, yeah.
Where in France?
In the southwest, just under Bordeaux,
Okay.
dans les Landes.
And what did you do before coming here?
So we actually met traveling.
Okay.
I was traveling Nepal and India to discover yoga and practice and learn a lot. And we met in India, in Goa, in an ecstatic dance festival.
Yeah.
We were both discovering ourselves, I would say.
We had different stories, I would.
Yeah, I was really focused on yoga and my practice, but she was in a different journey.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been living here a bit longer than Victor. I've been here for like 7 years. And at the time I went to India, there was a big typhoon here, like a really big typhoon. It like destroyed everything. And it was my second time to experience a typhoon in Philippines, so it was really intense. And this time I felt like I needed a little bit of a break just to like assess my situation. So I took some time out to go to India to deepen my studies of yoga and like practice. And that's where I met Victor. And I always planned to like come back to Siargao. And yeah, I guess we just like met and fell in love and you followed me here. Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard about the Philippines, and when I met her and her friends, they kept talking about it, the opportunities, how beautiful it was. So falling in love and hearing all these nice things, I was like, okay, let's explore.
Yeah.
Let's find out what's happening there.
So first, how did you decide to go abroad?
For me, my first travel was to Australia for a bit more than 2 years. And it was out of boredom, wanted to break the cycle of what I was doing in France, and I just wanted to discover more, not being part of, I don't know, like a casual, normal life. I was already seeing like all the things closing on me, so I was like, no, I want to explore more and discover more things. So that was it for me, the first push. But then I came back after for COVID and everything. And then the second push was really like to keep traveling because I already learned so much. But I was really focused on yoga back then because I knew what it could bring to my life, more discipline, more openness, a connection with myself. So that's what I was searching for when I went to Nepal and India.
And what did you do before traveling in France? What did you do?
I was in a lab. I was working in a lab as a technician in a laboratory.
Okay, so it's very different than
Yeah,
yoga.
yeah. I was really bored. I was seeing like all the interesting things that brought me there, but I was not connected with them in the same way as the people around me. They were really passionate about it, and I was just like, I understand, but I don't want my life to revolve around this. Like that's not what really drives me. So I'm like, fuck it, let's go, let's discover more things and open my mind and yeah.
I didn't even know you worked in a lab.
Oh really? No, I
No,
said
you
it,
never
maybe
told
you
me.
forgot.
That's funny. Well, for me, I've been traveling since I was 18, so it's hard to like remember what I was doing before, but I was really into musical theatre and arts and the theatre in general, so I was going on that path of like becoming a professional actor and going into the path of working in theatre in London, which at the time was my dream. But then by the time I already got a few roles and I was seeing my progression on that path, I realized it wasn't actually what I wanted, and I really just felt like I think there's much more to life than hustling and trying to get these roles and then having to work in a cafe and, you know, just really having to make ends meet, especially because at the time I was living in London, because although I was born in Scotland, we moved to England, and I just always felt out of place. I think also from moving around a lot as a child, it was a bit confusing for me as an adult. Like, okay, well, now I'm here, but I just never really felt like I fitted in to the culture, to the environment, and I always wanted to travel. So I think my first trip was actually to Bangladesh, which is quite random, for like 3-4 months of like volunteering. And after that, you know, especially going somewhere like that, you know, your eyes just completely open and you're just like, oh my God, we're living in like such a different reality in so many ways. And it just kind of broke something for me. And after that, I was just committed to see the world and explore. And I never planned to live here in Philippines, but when I first arrived, I just fell in love with the land. I can't explain it. There was just like this feeling of my feet in the beautiful white sand on the ocean, and the community and the way that Filipinos are as well, like so welcoming, so lovely. There was just this feeling, and many synchronicities happened, and it just turned out that I didn't go back to where I was at the time, which was New Zealand. I was living there for like 1 year, and I was planning to do 2 years in New Zealand. But I came to Philippines for a short break, and it ended up being 7 years.
A life
So,
journey.
yeah, I was traveling, and then I decided not to go back.
Okay.
Yeah, so I also didn't have many possessions. I just had like a backpack, but there was just such a strong connection, and I just felt like I couldn't go back to New Zealand. I even had my first boyfriend there. I had a really good job. I had like, you know, a good setup, but there was just such this big pull in my heart, and I kept pushing my flight back. Like, okay, 1 more month. I just love it so much. I'll just stay 2 more weeks. You know, I kept pushing my flight and wasting this money on extending my flight until I realized, like, okay, wait, I'm not going back. Actually, like, there's something bigger than myself here. So I just surrendered to that.
And
Yeah.
how did you decide to settle here in Siargao instead of other places?
To be honest, it wasn't really a decision. It wasn't really like, I'm going to come here and I'm going to settle. It was just like, you know, like I mentioned, there was one typhoon that happened for me, and that was already after living here for 1 year. And it felt wrong to like have to leave. Like, oh, now I'm not receiving like the beautiful island life that I had. Like now there's like a catastrophe, and it felt really wrong to like leave. So I stayed and I helped. This one was in a different island because I used to live in Cebu before. So I stayed, and then that formed a deeper bond between myself and the community as well. So that happened, and then a few months later, in April, COVID hit. And in COVID, I moved to Siargao because the island I was in Cebu was really, really strict. You couldn't even go to the beach. You could just only stay, you know, in the homestay. So yeah, then I moved to Siargao, which is where we are now, and where Victor joined me. Yeah.
You need to find an activity to earn money here. So did you find the way? I guess yes.
I think there's many ways to do that. I didn't ever really have a lot of money actually, because I've always been a backpacker, so just kind of like living by the moment. But I have a lot of creative skills. So one of them is cooking. I love to teach yoga and things like that. So the first place I stayed here in Philippines, I did like an exchange with them. So I was quite naive back then. I was just 21 years old, so I didn't really realize how much I was helping them. But I created like their restaurant in this guest house, and that was my way of being able to stay. So they covered my visa, the cost of the visa, the accommodation. So it was quite a unique setup. I don't know how other people do it. Maybe they work online or something like that. But yeah, I was doing like exchange work. And then when COVID came, that was the time I was like, okay, wow, I really need to find a way to like sustain myself. And for me, that came in the form of like working online. So I just taught myself how to teach English online at the time. I started to teach yoga online. So I just kind of, hey Mango, the dogs are here. I just found a way to bring my crafts online so I could make a sustenance for myself. Yeah. And you want to share how
You work online.
Yeah, and I think actually most people that live here that are not from here, they work online. Like that's the way. Unless they get like a working visa or something like that, like what we have now. So I don't know if you want to share yours.
I think there's always a way. You always find a way, you adapt, you know, like that's what we do best as humans. And especially through community and contacts and people sharing their skills or like telling you what to do, ideas. So for me, I had this push because I came with her and she already knew a lot of people here. So I kind of went through all the things that people have to go through when they arrive on the island pretty fast. Because like you have to learn how to just be on the island, how life is on the island, make new friends, a community, helping each other. But I arrived straight into this, so for me, I had a boost, I would say. So yeah, I just finished my yoga training, so I was really focused on that when I came back, thinking I would make enough to survive. But it was actually not. So I started finding a normal job. And yeah, it's managing in a hotel for me.
Okay.
So that's enough to get me by, plus teaching yoga and anything that comes around this.
It was easy to find this kind of job, manage.
Well, that's what I mean with the community. It's
Okay.
I got invited from somebody from the community, so that helped me a lot. Yeah, and since then it's still the same.
Can I share something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess when you choose to live here in Siargao, it's like you kind of give up the American dream or whatever you want to call it, you know, like making a lot of money or something like that. Of course, people are, but I think for us, we're like happy to live like simple lives, and like living here is the real beauty, you know, that comes with it. So yeah, maybe we don't make as much as like some friends back home or something like that, but we have something else in exchange, you know, like living here and being in this community.
There's many
Yeah.
challenges, but at the same time,
Yeah.
when you just look around, when you enjoy the waves, when you just walk on the beach, you're just happy enough, you know, to be like,
Yeah.
that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have all the stress from a big city, the pollution and everything, and I think that's why people love it here. It's because of the raw nature, the people's mindset, and being able to slow down. Because then, if you go back to the rat race, why did you come here? You know, like, I need to produce, I need to do more. Like, what's the point?
But then, because we live on a touristic island, living here for so long, I've also witnessed, you know, the increase of tourists coming, and it does change things, because now all of a sudden the rent is more, things like that. The cost of living like goes up like by a lot. So, you know, you do have to like tackle those thoughts, you know, like, okay, well, how is this really going to be like sustainable? So it's a real journey. Like, it's not easy to just like, you know, to move to an island, especially here. Like, it does come with its challenges.
It's not for everyone.
It's definitely not for
Definitely,
everyone, that's for sure. And yeah.
But there is a strong foreign community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Spanish people, a lot of French people.
Yeah.
I would say that's mainly the two communities that are on the island.
Israelis as well.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Americans a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's easy to make bonds, to have relationship with the
Yeah.
foreigners.
If you're social.
And also and
It's a
Filipinos
rosary.
as well. I have a
It's a
lot of
rosary.
like, we both have a lot
Okay,
of Filipino
you can talk,
friends.
Maybe you can talk about that maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Filipino community as well. Like, for us, our friends are really diverse. It's not just that we have like foreign friends, but we also love the local community. Like, for example,
Yeah.
where we are right now, this is one of my really, really good friends' place, Michelle. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I also stayed, was the
people here.
yeah, the
It's a big plus.
playfulness, the fun. Like, if you come to Philippines, you know what, like, for me, with the background of like singing and dancing, like, I was just so surprised, like, coming to Philippines, and, you know, every morning, every day, they're blasting music and they're singing karaoke and like
Enjoy it now.
yeah, I mean, I was really into it when I first came. It's kind of like calmed down now. I can't remember the last time I did karaoke, but back then I think I was like singing every day with like the kids and the community, and yeah, so that's definitely one of the reasons I fell in love with the island. Like,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it always surprises you.
yeah,
The culture here, how things goes. It's always like out of the ordinary.
the feeling of
Yeah, even if you've been here 5 years, there's always things that comes to you like, what? You know, it's very different from the Western mindset, and
yeah,
because it's so secluded, it's so far from a lot of things. So
people
What are
really
the
have.
difference?
Oh, sorry.
If you,
Oh yeah, I can say one.
for example.
One of the things I love here is that like people really have each other's back, you know. So I've been in those situations where, like, you know, houses have been destroyed, and like the weather, the typhoon just like destroyed everything, and just seeing how community came together and just helped each other, like rebuild each other's homes, sharing whatever food they had left, like things like that. And I feel like back home, like I was recently there just for a visit, and I just feel the energy is much more like hostile. You know, it's like everybody just is out for themselves. Just simple things as well, like just walking down the street or driving your bike. It's like, you know, you smile at people that pass by. There's this energy of like, they call it kapwa in Philippines. It means like the togetherness in the community. And yeah, back home I really don't feel that. It just feels like, you know, you get on the train or you walk down the street and everyone's just like miserable.
Like a wall,
yeah, like
people here are really connected to their emotions. It feels very natural. So it's really inspiring to do the same and to let go of a lot of walls that you will have in your head. People are really free here, and of course there's pros and cons of everything, but I would say there's a lot of pros of being here and hanging out with people like this, because they really bring you back to yourself and
back to nature.
Yeah.
It's like a simple life, island way of living.
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of letting go, not overthinking for the future and things like that, like really being into the present. And that's amazing. It's what a lot of people aim at, you know, to have this kind of mindset, and here it's just natural. So I think it's a big plus. Yeah.
And what about the cons?
The cons.
If
The
there
cons is, I would say, in a organizational mindset. If you have a business or if you're running some things, like there's a lot of things you cannot expect, or like they don't have the same common sense than us in this kind of ways, I would say.
I don't think that's nice to say that at all. Can you cut that? That's not nice.
No, I think it's just
No,
different
what do you
common
mean?
sense. That's just,
People they are less worried.
yeah, because they're so much into the present. There's a lot of things that they would not really care. So it's just different
No,
common
I don't
sense for
agree.
me.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's. You want to say something?
I just don't think that's. I don't agree with what you said at all. Sorry. It's okay. Like I just don't agree.
But when I start traveling,
Yeah.
I remember, for example, here the people they don't wear helmet.
Like things
And
like
I
that.
thought,
Okay.
oh, they don't have social security like in France, and they don't wear helmet. Why? Now I think they
Okay, I
they
see
are
what you mean
accustomed with
in
the
that way.
risk. The risk is
Yeah.
It's high, yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot
And
of
they
accidents.
can take more risk maybe, maybe have a more risky life.
But at the same time, they don't rush on their bike like we would do in Europe or anywhere else. Like they are more chill, so they drive chill, so they are not going that
everyone,
fast.
though.
Not all of them, of course, yeah. But there's still this sense of taking it easy and taking your time, I would say, in general.
I feel there is more bonds maybe between the people, inside the families. They take care.
Yeah, the community
of-
mindset is huge here, and that's what's so amazing. Because people really care for each other, and you can feel it.
But it's not always like that too, right? It's not always like that, like especially because we're not Filipino, so we cannot really say for them. But yeah, I know from like friends that there's also like a lot of other things that happen also in the community. So I think it's just like every place, right? It has its ups and its downs, and yeah, I don't know how to express that. Like for example, the drinking culture here is also really, really big. So there's a lot of bike accidents that happen from people being drunk.
They have to care for their parents a lot, so usually they work for them and things like that.
They send money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's part of this sense of community.
Which is beautiful in a way, but then, yeah, like where I come from, it's much more independent, I guess, you know, so there's big differences. But I think the island way of living is quite free. Like behind us, you know, there's like, usually there's waves in this spot, like surfing is such a big element of this community in Siargao. So like that feeling of like just going, like leaving the land and going out to the sea and being able to catch waves, like there's that sense of freedom that comes with that. So yeah, I guess it depends how you look at it, right?
Do you surf?
I used to, but I've witnessed too many injuries and accidents happen, and I use my body a lot for the work I do. So I've kind of, I guess I developed a bit of a trauma, so I don't really surf anymore. Yeah, but you still surf, right?
Yeah, but not as much as I should,
You want to take?
as I would like to. For the same reasons, just you feel very powerful. You go, you get like big waves and things like that, and one day you get scared, and then I got a bit slowed down by it.
Humbled.
Like, yeah, humbled by it.
What kind of advice you can say to some people who would like to come here, Siargao?
I think sometimes, like the Western mind, it's like seeing this place as like an opportunity. And I've seen how that really angers a lot of the local people. So I think like if you're planning to come here or if you want to visit here, like just come and embrace the island life and like enjoy and see if you like it first, instead of coming with a plan like, oh, I'm gonna move there and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, because you never really know what it's like or if you even like it, till you're here. So I think instead of coming with a master plan, like just come with an open mind and
You find the way
or
to,
just
to,
like
to find a job. I didn't ask you what do you do now?
Still the same.
Still the same.
Yeah.
Managing an hotel and yoga courses.
So that's my advice, just come with an open mind.
Thank you very much.